This isn't your one-of-the-mill matchup. You get a couple of powerhouses, both ranked in the top 10, and statements can be made in this one. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
The Notre Dame head coach told me before the game he is concerned going to an environment like this, one of the best crowds in all of college football. They make it loud and frenetic. He has talked to his quarterback and his center about having a high level of communication here on the road. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Headed outside, it's Jackson. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Sayin. Stepping to the right. Going to try to get it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. They'll need 3 yards here on third down to keep this opening drive alive. Everybody and their brother showing blitz. Sayin from the gun on third down. He wants to go deep. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Buckeyes line up to punt it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Running inside, it's Williams. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that play out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might as well run him again. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
I don't need it to be pretty. I just need my inches. Third down in inches. Nice job by getting the first down. Always fall forward, play physical. Don't get east and west. Stay north and south. Nice job by the running back.
And you are rolling the dice every time you throw this guy's way. He is one of the best corners in the entire country. Everybody has their eyes on him every single game. He does a great job breaking on that ball and forcing the incompletion.
Right side, it's Danzy. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Just feeds the running back. Stopped again. At least they made it back to the line of scrimmage this time.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
From the gun on 3rd down. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Turning it on. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Took it all the way back to the house. This D gave them exactly what they needed, not only with a stop, but with a touchdown.
And finding ways to impact the game early in the game, just make impact plays, right? The defense wants to create sacks, create turnovers. Great job creating a turnover and getting points off of it.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Fielded in the end zone. It's Barres. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Play action, Carr. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Buckeyes! How about this defense taking one back to the house? They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. He's starting to get in touch with his inner Joe Montana as the Irish are moving the ball up top.
And I think that's always the question with the Irish every year is who's going to play quarterback. We know their brand and we know who they are, but are they going to get ballers at that position? Are they going to get a great Ian Book, a great Brady Quinn? That's the next step, and if they find that guy, Notre Dame can do everything they want to do and be great in college football.
Here's Carr to throw. Fires to the right. And the pass is incomplete, but the flag flies, and there was a lot of early contact there.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
The run inside. It's Walton. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9. Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. A designed run for the quarterback. Relentless, tough running, gets it down to the 4.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
And he's in! Touchdown! Fighting Irish!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. The quick out. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found the soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
The handoff as they run the counter play here. Knocked down immediately.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? Sayin from the gun on third down. Looking left. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be fourth down.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Walton. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. They've gotten this thing up and running fast, back and forth. We're inside a minute to play in the first. Quarterback changing the play. Right back to it. Got enough for the first down. He stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Walton.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Pulls it. He'll pitch it. And they'll ride him down, but not before he picks up the first down. And how about the timing on that pitch?
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback. But he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read. And it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
Quick give. It's Walton. Breaks into the open. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, 2nd and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the 3rd down.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Now here's Carr. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. He'll be stopped right there. They threw it short of the goal line, and now they've got some ground to cover on 4th down.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
Notre Dame will now use its 2nd timeout. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. So they will eschew the short field goal attempt and instead try to score from the 5 on 4th down. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Fired in from the red zone for the score. Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And they tacked on the extra point. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. He's going for it all. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Man, if you're going to win games, you have got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Looking outside, it's Jackson. And he could not get loose on the run. Man, oh man, the ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
They'll send the back in motion. Lined up in the gun on 3rd down, say it. Picked off, what a play to set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Irish! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. They're all over it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
2nd and long here. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. Pushes ahead for 2. They'll mark it at the 17.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
From the gun on 3rd down, say it. Going over the top. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. On the return. He's brought down, not a lot of room to take that one back. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Throwing right. And that is interception number 3 on the day. That can be a momentum changer after the interception. Runs it back to the 37.
And that's just excellent cover. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
This offense has it with really good field position. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Zings it complete to the right. There he goes. Smashes through the tackle. A likely touchdown-saving tackle, but the catch and run takes it down to the 7. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Got his man.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Here's Sayin to throw. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good to finish things off. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Coleman Williams. He's brought down at the 16, would have been much better off to take the touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Hits inside, it's Williams. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
They're in the gun, 3rd down. Here's Carr. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Throwing, say it. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Bringing it back. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Sets his feet. It's Sayin. Got him quickly. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Turns into the pile. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. The Irish use their third and final timeout. And that got under their skin a little bit, having to use the TO after giving up the first down. And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. Say it. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field. And that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time, that's what forced the incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, a 4-wideout set, trips right. He wants to throw it. Rush right in his face, and he gets rid of it.
And as an offense, you've got such a special talent playing QB. You've got to do a better job protecting him. If you can let this guy set his feet, he can light this defense up.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. He's got it. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
And that's really good tackling by this defense, man. 3rd down, understanding the sticks. And what you got to do is break on the football. That drag route comes open. He sees him. He throws it. Man, it does not stay open long because they break on the football with great tackling and force the 4th down.
Maybe a bit of a gamble going for it on 4th and short from their own 46. Fourth down, Sayin. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Carr throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31 and a big pickup on that one.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Under pressure, and he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. Double time, hustling to the line. They spike it to stop the clock. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. And he missed it. No good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. So that's going to do it here in the first half. Stay tuned for the halftime break. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. They open this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Oh, he's got some space. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Danzy. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Leaves it in his belly. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, and they finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this
another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The defense set them up with a turnover and now to try to cash it in. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
They opened the lane, and he hit it a gain of 5 out to the 33.
And that's a good sign for this offense, maybe finishing this football game. Maybe they can get that ground game going. They've tried. They just haven't had a lot of success. Made them very one-dimensional. Nice to see them run the football with some efficiency later in this game.
3rd and 6 yards to go. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Here come the Irish back on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Quick catch. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. Notre Dame right back to the line. Running inside. It's Osborne. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a second down and long situation.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Makes the grab. He's down right there, short gain on the grab.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And that's just what this defense needed. They needed to get a stop here in the third quarter. They've given up a lot of plays, a lot of points, a lot of yards. Needed to get a stop and try to get this ball back to their offense.
Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. State sending out the offense to start this drive. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. Long way to go on second down. Say it. Fires left. Timed that hit perfectly to keep him from making the grab. It'll be third down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a fifth. Lined up in the gun on third down. Say it. Got his man. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. They're on that third down. They're
going long. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
We've seen this offense click and hum, and it's not clicking, and something's a little bit off. And I like the deep shot down the field. At least it was an interception, but they got to find a way in this O to manufacture some first downs and some passing yards because everything's been difficult today.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
All right, that's one the offensive line has got to be able to communicate and pick up. When that inside linebacker comes running through the A gap or the B gap, those O-linemen, they've got to work together, and they've got to pass guys off to one another to make sure they pick him up. They didn't do it that time.
From the gun on third down, say it. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Trying to make one miss. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Trying to get the corner. Now the toss. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Carr above the noise. Fires to the wideout. Working that left side. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The run inside. It's Osborne. They're trying to send a message with this running game. He stopped after a pickup of 4 to the 33. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Motion from the wideout. Trying to move them on the counter. Driven back.
And this D needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game. You got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Throwing, Carr. Here comes the heat. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And they'll drag him down. That's likely the last play of the 3rd quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've reached the end of the 3rd, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Now, this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they... And down he goes. A sack on 4th down, and the defense gets the football back.
He had nowhere to go with the football. 4th down, you know he wants to make a play. I'd like for him to throw it up, to be honest. Try to give somebody an opportunity to make a play. Who cares if I throw it big? It's 4th down anyways, but couldn't find anybody to get the ball off. Defense surrounds him, gets him to the ground with the sack.
Turning it on! Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play. The Buckeyes want to move quickly.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
They'll ride the hot hand. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Here's Julian saying to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. They've got the ball at midfield, but they're facing a 3rd and long. Straight ahead, it's Jackson. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, and that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
Saying to throw for it on 4th. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Follows his blocks. It's Walton. Maybe some room here. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground. Now on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Here's Carr to throw. He's lucky that was a linebacker, not great hands. It's incomplete. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Now here's Carr. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on 3rd down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage, because it looked like they confused the quarterback on 3rd down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. 4th down, Carr. Makes a catch, converts on 4th down, is still on his feet.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Quick give. It's Walton. Just smothered on the play.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Making the adjustment. Carr. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Here's Sayin to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
You got to love what you've seen from the defense in this game, too. They knew coming into this one against this quarterback, being as talented as he is, they were going to have to be really good in coverage on the back end, and that's been the case all game long. They have never let it be easy for this quarterback.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Tight end now in motion. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Trying to beat the D deep. A full dive to haul that one in. The Buckeyes in the hurry up. Drops back on 1st down. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Sayin back to the air. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. Hit as he throws. Has it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
And even though they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. You saw a nice completion on that last 3rd down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he breaks the play. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They'll line up to go for two. Throw it, say it. Had to force that one.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points, and then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
Deep in the end zone, it's Walton. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few first downs. And if I get a few first downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. Carr above the noise. Shoots it to the left. Mason. Oh, he ruins the big gainer with a fumble. That is a serendipitous turn of events with the fumble going out of bounds. They'll maintain possession. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walton. Breaks into the open. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
When the offense can run the football and you can feature a guy like this that will get more yards than his block, that you can really depend on, hangs on to the football, like it makes offense super easy, especially down the stretch when you want to eat that clock and you want to possess the football. Just nice to have that kind of guy.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
They give it back to him. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. Play fake, Carr. On the run, fires downfield. Left side is Flanagan. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Say it. Oh, pressure's coming. Just gets rid of that one.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
Snags it. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Fires to the middle. Can't hang on. It's incomplete. I think he was bracing for the hit and didn't hang on to the football.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds in this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up third down. You've still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field. You're trailing in the...
And guys, hold that thought just a second, because here comes the fourth down play. If they don't get it here, this one is probably over. On the move, he fires. Makes the grab, ready for the first down. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field, catch the defense off guard.
And the Buckeyes are in the hurry-up.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start.
Looking for the end zone. And it's grabbed for the late touchdown. And how about this? It's not over yet.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
He'll bring it out. It's Coleman Williams. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Throwing, Carr. He wants to go deep. Leaves his feet, makes a nice grab along the right sideline.
He's taken down at the 40. And that's a first down for the offense.
One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Back to pass, it's Carr. Nearly another interception. It'll be 2nd down.
Man, he almost throws another one. And I tell you what, it's just been one of those days. Sometimes it's not your day, and just turning the ball over like they're a nonprofit, man, just giving it away. This offense has been reckless. It's been careless. They've got to do a better job of being smart with the football.
He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
This quarterback has thrown a lot of picks. I don't know if he's just not seeing the field right or he's just trying to force too many throws. That should have been number 4 right there, but the defender dropped it.
They get to him as he throws.
The quarterback had no shot on that play. He had a defender bearing down on him. He knew he was going to get hit. I think he should have just thrown that thing out of bounds. He's lucky that wasn't picked throwing into double coverage.
The Irish send out the punt unit. And he'd hope to pin him deep. Instead, it will be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Say it. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you...
Wide open spaces. He goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Clock stopped, and they'll move the chains on the first down. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. A deep throw as the clock winds down. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Again, it's Sayet. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining. The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Unleashes one deep. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming.
And you absolutely expect those shots from this offense, and I love it. The defense was prepared. You got to know where the burners are. You know he can go, so you got to play that deep route. They play it great. Don't give up the big play. Stay deep, and don't let anyone get behind you.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Look out! Blasted as he lets it go. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And the D chooses to bring pressure. A lot of times, big moments when you get in these fourth quarters regardless, like pull the trigger, be aggressive.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Saying back to the air. Rushes on. Takes a hit as he fires. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on down.